A message from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in association with the Ministry of Education.
Hi there, Guyana. Let me enlighten you on the historical facts about the Guyana-Venezuela border issue. It started way back in 1830, in Guyana's pre-independence British colonial times, when Venezuela said,
"Hey, Britain, hola, so what's going on with our boundary with you?"
And Great Britain was like,
"We're sending intrepid explorer Robert Schomburg, German chap, from the Royal Geographical Society to draw the western boundary between our two territories." So in 1840, Schomburg was dispatched to the far edges of the colony, and on his return in 1844, produced a map with the western boundaries marked out.
And Venezuela was like,
"Wait, ¿qué? No, no me gusta eso. We don't like this."
Hence the beginning of a dispute that lasted until 1895, when the good old USA exercised the Monroe Doctrine and came to the rescue by getting Great Britain and Venezuela into arbitration. Now, arbitration is basically where both sides come together with an independent person or body to thrash things out and settle a dispute. That took another 4 years of diplomacy and negotiation.
Whoa. Wait 1 minute. Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, my humblest apologies. The 1897 Washington Treaty, everyone.
So, you may want to forget about me so you can jump straight to the famous Arbitral Tribunal decision of 1899. But history forgets that I was the first settlement, the numero uno primero agreement, that both parties, Jose Andrade from Venezuela and Julian Poncefoot from Great Britain, signed, sealed, and delivered to Washington on the 2nd day of February 1897. Yes, it was I who stated in Article 13 that both parties would consider the proceedings of the Tribunal of Arbitration as a full, perfect, and final settlement of all of the questions referred to the arbitrators. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. 1897 Washington Treaty. Everyone. Now, where was I? Yes. On the 3rd of October 1899, the Arbitral Tribunal, set up in 1898, gave its final decision on the issue. Drumroll, please! And the Arbitral Award of 1899 goes to Great Britain and Venezuela, everyone! Come on down! Venezuela was so satisfied with that result that both parties came together to create the Venezuela and British Mixed Boundary Commission, and a joint report was drafted and signed on January 10, 1905. Yes, the boundary line is good. We have a full, perfect, and final settlement, right? Wrong. Because after 63 years of Venezuela demonstrating compliance and acceptance of the Arbitral Award of 1899, in 1962, Venezuela decided,
No. We don't like this. The Arbitral Award of 1899, 1899 is still null and void to us.
It all has to do with this gentleman, Severo Mallet-Prévost, a junior member of the team representing Venezuela in the 1899 Arbitral Tribunal. Now stay with me as this is important. In January 1944, Mr. Mallet-Prévost was awarded the Order of the Liberator, the highest award that can be given to a civilian by the Venezuelan government. 1 month later, on February 8, 1944, after all the participants of the Arbitral Tribunal had passed away, Mr. Mallet-Prévost dictated a memo which he instructed not to be published until after his death. So, in 1949, as instructed, after his death, the document was published and the content stated in the 1899 Arbitral Award was null and void, on the grounds that the award was the result of a political deal between the judges on the tribunal. Until now, no evidence has been produced to support this claim. So, back to 1962. An interesting time in Guyana's history to suddenly declare an annulment of a judicial treaty that had stood for 63 years, especially as it was the beginning of our nation's move to independence from the British. Taking into account the forthcoming independence of our nation, the government of Great Britain, in collaboration with the government of British Guiana, agreed with the government of Venezuela to the Geneva Agreement, which established a mixed commission to settle Venezuela's unfounded contention that in 1899, the arbitral award, in their opinion, is null and void. Let's welcome the 1966 Geneva Agreement, everyone!
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I am the Geneva Agreement, a legally binding international treaty signed by the representatives of Great Britain, Venezuela, and British Guyana on the 17th of February 1966. I'm not very long, just 8 articles, but here's the thing. According to the agreement, the Mixed Commission had 4 years to complete its mission to resolve the border issue once and for all. But guess what? Even though Venezuela signed the agreement, they said,
No. We don't like this. The arbitral award of 1899, 1899 is still null and void to us.
So therefore, the Mixed Commission was blocked by Venezuela, leaving me, the Geneva Agreement, still waiting to fulfill my mandate. But both parties departed knowing that in Article 4, the two sides were left to pursue alternative measures to resolve the issue, as provided by Article 33 of the Charter of the United Nations.
Thank you, Geneva Agreement. You've been great. Okay, so cut to 1989 and it's stalemate. Since Guyana and Venezuela could not agree on another means of settlement of the controversy caused by Venezuela's claim that the arbitral award was not valid, the United Nations Secretary General chose the Good Offices Process in 1990. Hi there, UN Good Offices Process. You guys look exhausted. Are you okay?
No, we're not okay. And yes, we're exhausted. We have exhausted all our diplomatic skills in trying to bring a resolution to this controversy.
It doesn't help that over the years, Venezuela has continued to violate Guyana's territorial integrity and undertake economic acts of aggression. That includes the Venezuelan occupation of the Guyanese half of Ankoko Island in 1966, the Leone Decree of 1968 attempting to lay claim to Guyana's waters, systematic escalation of aggression in 2013 with the apprehension of a vessel conducting seismic studies in Guyana's exclusive maritime economic zone by the Venezuelan Navy, protests and threats against companies involved in economic partnerships with the government of Guyana, and in 2015 the mobilization of military troops along the border with Guyana together with 2 Venezuelan presidential decrees, which also lays claim to most of Guyana's maritime territory. These decrees came at a time when oil was discovered in commercial quantities off the coast of Essequibo. How convenient.
It's 2018, and we've been at this since 1990.
But do not despair. There is light at the end of the tunnel.
Really? What is it?
Well, we were given a strengthened mandate of mediation in December 2016 by our boss, the United Nations Secretary General, who has informed President David Granger of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana and President Nicolas Maduro of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela that if significant progress is not made toward arriving at a full agreement for the solution of the controversy by the end of 2017, he will choose the International Court of Justice as the next, and we all trust the final, means of settlement.
It's 2018 now. Has there been any word from the UN Secretary General?
Yes, actually yes. Finally, on January 30th, 2018, the United Nations Secretary General declared that, as there had not been significant progress to the solution of the border controversy in the timeline given, which was the end of 2017, he has chosen the International Court of Justice as the next means of settlement.
Awesome. Thank you, UN Good Offices Process. Yes. On the 29th of March 2018, the Foreign Affairs Minister filed Guyana's application against Venezuela with the International Court of Justice, the principal judicial organ of the United Nations. So, as of now, that's where we are. That is the history of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana and Venezuela's border issue. All the facts. Be assured, Guyana, the government is working through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to settle this long-standing issue with our neighbor by peaceful and diplomatic means. In this way, we will uphold the sanctity of treaties and the rule of international law. God bless Guyana. One people, one nation, one destiny. Guyana, arise, win glory.
A message from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in association with the Ministry of Education, with thanks to the United Nations.